In the Cascade Mountains, the postcard quality splendor hides a violent nature. The mountains seem the very essence of serenity, but every lovely geographic feature here was born of catastrophic explosion or flood or in centuries of relentless erosion. And each ridgetop and peak and canyon and lava plateau will disappear. Through uncountable centuries, the sometimes savage forces active in the mountains will blast and bury and crack and wash away this landscape.
We are approximately right here.
We are on a mountain road above Oak Ridge in the Central Cascades. Nearby, there is spectacular evidence that the mountain range is, however slowly, cracking apart. Mike Long and fellow geologist Mark Leverton work for the Forest Service. They are among the few that know the whereabouts of a geologic phenomenon called the hellhole.
I'd heard a lot about it and seen a lot of pictures, and the trouble with the pictures in the 2 dimensions is that you don't get any kind of idea of the scale and magnitude of the thing. So I was quite overwhelmed the first time I poked my head over the side and was able to look down 200 feet.
There is no trail to the hellhole. You bushwhack, heading due east from the road. The Forest Service is just as happy that the hellhole is hard to find, since the site can be a dangerous place to be. For the hellhole is really a huge tension crack at the edge of an ancient, crumbling, tree-covered Cascade lava flow. No one seems to know how the hellhole got its name, but it appears on old government maps from the 1930s.
Watch your footing here, and this is it. About 200 feet across here and about 100 feet down at this point. And so what we're looking at here is a length along the crack of about 700 meters, giving it an estimated volume of about 7 million cubic meters, which could potentially slide down the slope here at some time in the future, depositing some of the volume on the slope and some of the volume reaching the river approximately half a mile down slope.
The slide would be one of those geologic disasters that Mike Long says periodically alter the landscape of the mountains. If the crack gives way, the tumbling mountainside could dam the North Fork of the Willamette River. That might form a lake 4 miles long. But such a catastrophe, should it ever happen, may be thousands of years away.
Y'all be careful.
Meanwhile, the hellhole is a storehouse of geologic evidence and an opportunity for adventure.
There's 2 pitches that you should have ropes, and you should be knowledgeable in knots, know what you're doing, and even then the footing is not all that good. Well, now I see why all you guys paused when you got to here.
And if you were to lose your balance, how far would you drop, would you say?
On one pitch, you would probably drop 30 feet. On the other pitch, you'd probably drop 50 to 60. It would not be pretty.
We descend to the first level of the hellhole safely. We are climbing between sections of a lava flow that has split apart, and the footing is dicey. The crack itself may have formed within the last 50,000 years, and for all anyone knows, it is getting wider and more fragile now.
Well, we have not instrumented the site. The site has not even been surveyed. There are some indications on the far side of tree roots that are very tight and stretched, which would indicate some creep, but we don't know if it's a superficial movement or mass movement. So at this point, we don't know.
In a sense, the hellhole is no different than the cracks forming in the mountain road on the slope 1,000 feet below us. Both represent slippage, the tendency of any mountain landscape to slide downhill. And like ants on that roadway, though with less agility, we make our way down amid the unstable rock.
This is a great place to come on a hot day.
The deeper into hellhole, the cooler and darker it is, and our way is increasingly blocked by fallen rock. and we must squeeze through a tunnel of boulders on our final drop to the very bottom of the hellhole.
I don't know of another spot similar to this in Oregon, this magnitude. You can imagine a 20-story building in this spot.
There is an eerie beauty to this dark place, but a claustrophobic awareness dawns that exploration can be dangerous down here. Mark and Mike say the piles of boulders on the floor of the hellhole weren't here the last time they visited about 10 years ago. There has been a virtual rain of boulders down here over the last decade.
This rock, it's about the size of a Peterbilt. You never can really tell when some slight seismic tremor may occur. This would be the worst place in the world to be during even a slight earthquake.
But the split in the ground that is the hellhole bears witness to greater violence than earthquake. In the cliff faces, there is evidence of the fiery birth of the mountain plateau now cracking apart above us.
What we have here is a series of 5 to 7 individual lava flows that are anywhere from 20 to 40 feet in thickness. So we're standing 200 feet below the surface of the ground on the top of high prairie. And basically, this is the sequence of lava that flowed down the ancient North Fork Valley here and filled the valley.
The decorative qualities of a mountain stream mask its role as an agent of change. But in combination with earthquakes and volcanic eruptions and wind and ice, water helps carve away the mountain terrain. And hellhole-like cracks, too, will slough away, sometimes disastrously, as the Cascade Mountains slowly wash into the Pacific Ocean.